details. You may not know that Nigerians are becoming inundated with reports of killings and incessant kidnappings in many parts of the country. Well, this is so because people in most of the affected areas now live in fear of the unknown over the twin menace, most of which are underreported. But while many have lost loved ones, others have lost their means of survival. In this investigative story on the state of insecurity in Nigeria, TVC News Senior Correspondent Sharon Ijasan gives us an insight into organized crime of kidnapping, particularly in Kaduna, Zamfara and Niger states, where children now pay the utmost price.
Clear skies, unusual calm and unspoken fear in northwest Nigeria and almost every corner of the country.
Across Nigeria, Boko Haram has left a trail of death and destruction, all in the name of religion.
Boko Haram insurgents again. Niger Delta people have made frantic efforts.
The business of kidnapping for ransom started due to the activities of militant groups in the Niger Delta region. The menace increased with the emergence of Boko Haram insurgents in northeast Nigeria and most recently banditry in the northwest. Civil unrest, terror threats, endemic corruption, and incessant abduction of Nigerians, including well-publicized kidnapping of schoolgirls and boys by Boko Haram and bandits, are now very common. This scenario underscores the continuing challenges of combating modern slavery in the country. It is a national problem that has eaten deep into the fabrics of the country. But the cases are rising at the moment due to terrorism, insurgency, and other forms of political violence. These include death of a school pupil and kidnapping of 27 others from the Government Science College, Kagara, Niger State on the 7th of February, and abduction of 279 female students from the Government Girls Science Secondary School, Jengebe in Zamfara State on the 26th of February. Also, the kidnapping of about 30 students from the Federal College of Forestry Mechanization, Kaduna on the 11th of March, making it Nigeria's third abduction from academic institutions in 2021 and the fourth since December 2020. Following this development, I visited northwest Nigeria on a fact-finding mission amidst safety concerns from my family and employers. But there was still that need to tell the story. I met with some victims from the Government Science College, Kagara, Niger State. They shared their experience with TVC News.
We are very scared because they are telling us that if government did not bring money, they will kill us and they will go and sell the remaining ones. The kidnappers are holding guns and they are telling us that if the government did not bring money in time, they are going to kill us and the women. They are going to marry the women and pack them to their various destinations. They said they are going to kill the men. They are going to kill some of the men and sell the remaining ones. And the women, they are going to marry them.
We trek from 2 o'clock in the night up to 3 o'clock or 3:30 in the afternoon. What afternoon of another day. So, and they usually tell us that if government did come, if government will not come and collect you, we will kill you or we share you. We will share the male for they will share the male for them, the female for themselves, and they will kill the male. So they will divide the male into 2 groups. They will kill the first group and the second group they will sell them. Ma, just tell me the truth. I don't want a situation whereby to come and kidnap person who not get anything. So just tell me the truth. If the person has the money, just tell me. So if he has the money, I'll come another Friday.
Shortly after speaking with the boys, I visited the school where the abduction took place. The sight was nothing to write home about. The devastation could still be felt. In March 2018, Nigeria ratified the Safe School Declaration by the United Nations. Despite this development, there have been 7 major kidnappings of school children across the northern part of the country, which means about 2,000 children have experienced abduction. Effort to meet the Commissioner of Police in Zamfara State was not fruitful, as he refused to speak. But after several efforts via the telephone, I took time to read out allegations of police involvement in negotiations to him. Here is his response.
It was gathered that the bandits are about 5 groups and they keep in touch with the police for negotiation when they launch attacks. How true is this?
My dear sister, if you want to get sufficient information through interview, try to put your potential guests in the frame and state of mind to answer questions. You will get it better in that way. For example, the time you are calling me, you don't know where I am, you don't know what I'm doing, you don't know whether I'm attending a meeting, you don't know whether I'm on leave, whether I'm on sick bed. If you put questions in this way, this kind of approach may not give you the best result.
Despite open display of negotiation with bandits by popular Islamic scholar Sheikh Ahmad Gumi, kidnapping still thrives in the region. Some of the abducted schoolgirls shared their near-death experience, stating that ransom was paid before their release.
Jama azama malaman mu ne son ka zo. Ko da man ka heto, sai da man ka ji sana halbe-halben bindigogi sannan man ka gane ko suwa ne. Sun ka kora ma son ka yi ta baya da mu. Suna ta cewa mu yi gudu. Mu yi gudu. Suna halbe-halben bindiga suna Allahu Akbar. Ba wani shege. Ba an ce jan gibe ba ta shigowa ba. Ƙarya ne. Muna ta gudu da cikin dare. Har sahiya ta waye. Muna nan muna ta hiya. Da sahiya ta waye da son ka kai ma wani wuri son ka aji man ka kayan da manyan su.
They say universal and lasting peace cannot be achieved without social justice. Economic progress would go hand in hand with social justice, prosperity, and peace for all. The rising case of kidnapping in Nigeria is worsened by abduction of school children involving boys and girls. Stakeholders believe that justice has not been served for the inhumane treatment which the school pupils, teachers, and parents have experienced. Rather, the kidnappers are rewarded with millions of naira and allowed to walk free.
If I see any of them now, I can recognize. Because that day that we were captured alongside they packed somebody's kettle. The Oga Kwata I've never seen him since I was there up to the time I left there, because he resided at one certain place where his security guards him. So those security again, I cannot count them. So the day we were about to release, when they asked me to all stand up, all of them were standing up. I was counting, I reached something to the extent I lost count.
From Kaduna, Niger to Zamfara and many other states in the north, it is the same tale. During my trip to the north to see the state of schools, I observed that most were not fenced, thus casting doubt on how secure they are. I met with some parents of pupils of UBE Primary School in Gusheshi, local government area of Niger State. The school, established in year 2000, stands rehabilitated and the students cramped in one class due to lack of space.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, how are you?
Though this set of students still attend school, they say attendance is poor, as parents say they are scared of possible abduction due to lack of security.
We hold a meeting, how do we do about the fencing of the school? And we say we will write to government, and we have been writing to government, and nothing has been done. We have 5 communities, the biggest community, Nakpankuchi, Gusase here, Jumbuipi, and Kunkupi, Dahongo, Maraba, Legbe, all around we are facing here.
From findings, the Niger State government budgeted about 5 billion naira for education in 2021, which is 3.5% of the total budget for the fiscal year. This is against global recommendations of 15 to 20% of total budget for education sector. This could be why there are still schools where students are seen seated on bare floor for learning.
In Niger State.
In a swift response, Issa Adamu, the chairman of Niger State Universal Basic Education Board, painted a different picture of the situation.
In Niger State, last year we launched a program, Protect the Child, where we even work for the child. The essence of the program was actually to make sure that roads passing around schools areas, you have to observe serious traffic, and motorists will be directed to respect the rules of road driving and the rest of it, so that will reduce the number of people that are losing their life, particularly on their way to school. The state government is very concerned. In synergy with the security agencies, they conducted risk assessment of all our boarding schools and our schools generally, where there are high risks. The advice are given, and government is doing everything to provide the necessary infrastructure that will at least protect the students to some extent from terrorism or any kind of attack.
But cases of kidnapping of school children are on the rise due to insurgency and other forms of political violence. This includes death of a school pupil and kidnapping of 27 others from the Government Science College Kagara in Niger State on the 17th of February, and abduction of 279 female students from the Government Girls Science Secondary School Jengebe in Zamfara State on the 26th of February. Another is the abduction of about 30 students from the Federal College of Forestry Mechanization, Kaduna, on the 11th of March, and 23 students from the Greenfield University, also in Kaduna, on the 20th of April, making it Nigeria's 4th abduction from academic institution in 2021 and the 5th since December 2020.
Because they are speaking Fulani language.
In an exclusive interview with one of the released abducted students from the Government Science College Kagara, he spoke about a student who lost his life while trying to escape during abduction. He says they both dreamt of becoming medical doctors, but his friend's aspiration has been cut short.
He said that he told me for several times that he want to be a medical doctor, and by that time he told me. And he said that even me too, I tell him that even me too, I want to be a medical doctor. He said that, my friend, let me shake your hand. Whereas he is not going to be, no, he is not the one that he may decide to kill. But they are running in the same space. That is why they go and kill the Benjamin. I'm not going to that school again. As you see me, I wear my school uniform like this is showing us that I can never wear it again. I can never wear the uniform of GSC Kagara again as a student of GSC.
I met with Adam's mother, not his real name. She says she's thankful to have a child back.
Lokacin da aka ce an kama yaro na gaskiya na tsorata. Saboda lokacin da aka ce an dara kayan shi na ɗauka ma ya mutu ne. Sai ga yan uwan sun zo suke cewa an wuce da shi. To gaskiya muna roƙon Allah kuma muna neman taimako wurin gwamnati ta tallafa mana saboda muna so ƴaƴanmu su ci gaba da karatu.
Other students who are faced with similar experience say the missed school.
Kaddara ce ta Ubangiji, kuma sannan wanda in Allah ya kaddari zaka koma cikinta. Allah ne ka ba mu kariya ba wani ba, kuma Allah ya yi ƙarhin su, abinda suka so bai taɓa samuwa gare su. Hudin ɗaya cewa daman sun daɗe suna so su shiga su ɗo 'yan makaranta. Ko sojoji ka hana su zuwa sai sun hau titi su ga sojoji su dawo. Sai lokacin kannan sun ka tafi.
The boarding house, which used to be a safe haven and very attractive to students and parents, have now become dangerous zone as many students don't have access to steady schooling in their own rural communities. Boko Haram, which loosely translates to Western education is forbidden, has killed more than 30,000 people and displaced millions more in the region since its bloody campaign began more than a decade ago. Less than 72 hours after the investigative report was aired, the Nigerian police force announced the immediate redeployment of Zamfara State Commissioner of Police Abutu Yaro to Imo State. Shortly after, Hussaini Rabai took over the Zamfara command as the Commissioner of Police. There were slight differences in operations of these bandits, while the style for abduction has changed from frequent school attacks to attacks of residents in the community. The number of out-of-school children have quadrupled in the last few months across the country. It's left for anyone to imagine what is the hope and use of this category of children as poverty and inflation continue to rise. I met with an Islamic scholar in Zamfara State who sees things differently. He believes that state governments should fund Islamic education to put an end to banditry attacks.
Gaskiya ne wannan kusan haka yake din. Don mafi yawa yaran da zaka ga ko dai suna ta'addanci cikin gari ko suna zama bandits din da aka abubuwa da su to zaka isko ba su da karatu ba su je makaranta ba. Yaran da sun ka je makaranta zaka ga koyaushe su suna karatu kuma koyaushe suna kokari suna zuwa makaranta kuma rayuwarsu tana kyau, wasu na samun aiki wasu suna kasuwanci. To yana daga cikin matsalan mu din ai barin wasu babu ilimin.
While other stakeholders continue to improve on school infrastructure and ensure that education is attractive to parents and students, the UBE Primary School in Gusaste local government area of Niger State, which TVC News reported as one of the schools that needed quick intervention, is now renovated and more conducive for children living in the community. According to UNICEF, 1 in 5 of world's out-of-school children is in Nigeria. Though primary education is officially free and compulsory, about 10.5 million of the country's children aged 5 to 14 are not in school. However, only 61% from age 6 to 11 attend primary school regularly. With the frequent attack on schools in the northern part of the country, the picture is even bleaker with a net attendance rate of 53%. Getting out of school children back to education poses a massive challenge.
Best thing to you to do is to get a security plan, a kidnap security plan, a rescue security plan if you want to call it, whereby there will be zero tolerance to ransom payment, and then of course, if somebody is kidnapped, they should be able to make them very uncomfortable by pursuing them until either they release the people or they extricate, the hostages.
Sharon Ijasan, TVC News.